Hello, everyone, and welcome to Christopher's Entertainment Blog. I am your host, Chris. There's been a lot of news last few weeks for Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in this video. So that is the one thing, real quick, is the last few weeks. We got the official title for the new movie, and it is Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice. So, Dawn of the Justice League, I guess. So, very cool. I know a lot of people thought, they were wanting a Man of Steel sequel, but you're not getting that. You're getting a Batman vs. Superman, and yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. I'm excited for 2016. So, yeah, hopefully this Comic Con coming up, in a few weeks, we're gonna get some news about it. Um, but there's other news. There's other news. They're shooting, and we see real quick before I get into some of the character news. We have from the set. You have these um, the Gotham and Metropolis news vans. So I know, like months and months ago, we seen that they did some shooting like at a football stadium, and it was like Metropolis versus Gotham. And now we're seeing like the Gotham and Metropolis news van. So I know Metropolis and Gotham are going to be a big part of this movie. Obviously, Batman versus Superman. Um, uh, so yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that. I mean, both Metropolis and Gotham are going to be cutting back and forth, I'm sure, between both cities. Uh, we also have this interesting picture, which is a statue that's like they're putting together of Superman. So it's like a giant Superman statue. So I guess they're putting that up in Metropolis after all the destruction. Even though, here's the deal: they're erecting the statue, which is awesome, of basically like the savior that saved the city. I mean, it wasn't his fault, even though Zod and everything came after him. So it was kind of his fault, but not really. I mean, he tried to stop everything, and he was just one man trying to save the city. And really, I mean, the city wasn't really destroyed. I mean, there was still a large portion of the city that was saved. Just only a few buildings that were destroyed. So, and overall, he saved everything. I mean, Zod was going to take over the entire planet with that, that world destruction device thing he had in the ocean. So, and he stopped that. I mean, he went through that, and it was from his planet, and he could barely destroy it, but he did. He did, and he saved everything. I mean, it was going to like terraform the entire planet and destroy everybody, mass genocide. So, I think it was. I think it's fitting that they're making a gigantic statue of the man who saved the Earth. So, very cool. Also in the news now, there's been rumors going around real quick. I want to hit on this. Going around of Jason Momoa, who is in the news of possibly being Aquaman. This is the rumor. Now, it's a strong rumor, because it's been said quite a few times, and he doesn't want to say it's still a rumor. So, I won't be surprised though if they announce it coming up at some point. But it's still a rumor. But I know he's had other characters being, on his name. I think Lobo was another one maybe, but Aquaman was another one, and they're saying it's a strong rumor that he is Aquaman. Now, I know a lot of people might be against it. They're thinking there's too many characters in this movie already. I disagree. I think it still could be done right. I mean, look at X-Men Days of Future Past. Um, that had like 50 characters, and it was awesome. We had the Avengers, had a bunch of characters. It was awesome. You have other movies like Lord of the Rings, which is awesome. Star Wars Episode 7 has a bunch of characters coming up. It's probably going to be really awesome too, more than likely. So, it can be done right. It can be. I have a feeling. I'm going to go out on a limb and say this movie is going to be really, really great. That being said, it could still possibly be bad. It could still be bad. I mean, look at Amazing Spider-Man 2. That movie had Electro, Green Goblin, Spider-Man, Rhino, and some supporting characters, and it was not good. Some people like it. I thought it was decent. I know a lot of people hate it. And I was a letdown. That movie was a letdown for me. So it could go that route, or it could be awesome. I think it's going to be on the side of awesome. I really do. So now getting back to him being Aquaman, I don't have a problem with Aquaman, even though there's a lot of stuff that come around that character of Aquaman. You know, okay. Uh, but if you look at that character in Injustice Gods Among Us, the game. Now I played the game, and he is badass in that game. Now I know the comic book. So a lot of people have said the comic book he's great in that as well. So he can be a badass character. He's like god of the ocean. King of Atlantis. King of the oceans. Everything in the ocean does his will. And you've seen Zod, how he was like terraforming the ocean and that world eater thing. So he's probably going to come out of the ocean and do some major bitching. So I won't be surprised at that. Um, but yeah, I mean, I like Jason Momoa. I like Jason Momoa. He was great in Stargate Atlantis. I liked him in that. I just watched him in that Bullet to the Head movie with Stallone, and I think he was like the best part of that movie. Uh, and I liked him as Conan the Barbarian. I mean, even though the movie wasn't the greatest, I still liked him as that character. It would have been cool. I liked how what they were trying to do with that character, and I liked him as that character. So I like Jason Momoa, and I think he would be a good fit. I think it would be a good fit. So yeah. Um, Also, in other news, we got just recently. I think this was like today. Just came out. So about Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. I know a lot of people were against that, and I'm on the fence about that as well. Of her playing Wonder Woman, she hasn't done a lot of acting. I don't think her physical appearance doesn't really matter. I think she looks great. She could play the part. It's just that her acting is in question. So, but it's come out that her costume um, it's going to be ripped right from the comics, and I'm quoting from this article. Um, and it's going to have the be traditional yet sleeker costume. That's quoted as being battle ready. She'll have a blue leather skirt, silver armor cuffs that reach up to her elbows, golden tiara with possible red star as a design, and a variation of a traditional looking red top. Her overall appearance is described as Amazon warrior princess, and definitely not an urban reimagining. So Warner Brothers are thrilled with it, and they said it looks badass. The weapons include her shield, sword, spear, and the lasso. A source has noted that she'll wear the shield on her back, much like Captain America does in Captain America. So, yeah, I mean, the traditional look, I think that's the way to go. I know there was other ways they could have went with maybe like some like pants or something. I know that's in like the comic books as well. But yeah, blue leather skirt. So it's definitely going to be very similar. Now the original one, well, I don't think was a skirt, but it could be interesting. Could be interesting. Silver armor cuffs up to the elbow, golden tiara. So yeah, it's going to be traditional Wonder Woman. So I can't wait. Can't wait to see an actual photo. Maybe we'll get that at Comic Con, but that's in the news there. Um, yeah. Also, there was some other news coming out about Lex Luthor as well. Um, it's rumored that he's going to have long reddish hair in the beginning of the film, and thinks he's a god's gift to humanity. So yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a conflict there with Superman and Lex Luthor, and I don't really have a problem with him having the hair. Eventually, he'll probably lose the hair throughout the story arc of these movies if they do well. So I'm not against it. I'm really not against it, guys. Um, yeah. I can't wait. I really can't wait, guys. I mean, like I said, I don't have a problem with him having um, hair. I mean, Gene Hackman in the original, in the other Superman movies, he had the wig or whatever, and I didn't have a problem with that. And I know in the comic books he's bald. I'm sure he'll be bald at some point, so I'm not really worried about that. Um, yeah, but yeah, just a few news and notes to hit on for Batman: Dawn of Justice. Uh, yeah, tell me what you guys think, guys. Write in the comments below. Let me know what you think of all this news. Um, Jason Momoa, possibly Aquaman. The whole suit now coming out for Wonder Woman. What you think of that? Uh, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. The whole hair thing. Yeah, let me know, guys. Um, yeah, and I'm sure whenever we get some more updated news and everything in the future, I'll make some more videos, hopefully. So, yeah, that's it for me, guys. I am Chris for Christopher's Entertainment Blog. Thanks a lot, guys. Take it easy.